Thank you, Chair, and thank you, organizers, again for not only putting me in the second time in this dais to speak before you all, but also realizing us, or at least I realize that how little I know about maritime domain, maritime issues, and because these are highly specialized aspect, and I have learned so much throughout the day. Uh, the title of my presentation right now would be Marine Life and its National Connect. What I am trying to argue is that, and that was reflected in the remarks of the Honorable Chairperson of this session as well as my previous speaker, is that, there is a lot to know about marine life, the definition of marine life, what is marine life, how do we define it, how do we perceive marine life, whether there are different approaches to perceive marine life, or marine life are perceived by all the nation states similarly. I find a disconnect between marine life understanding and our national security understanding, our understanding of our foreign policy and ocean governance and marine life. Because there is something, when we talk about marine life, we find that there are certain, we have marine protected areas. The coastal states do have those. Also, there are some these parks and museums, right? They display these marine ecosystems, the coral reefs, and all those stuffs. What I intend to say is that our understanding, or at least the public perception of marine life, or even the government understanding of marine life, stops at preserving, protecting, and showcasing the marine life that belongs to the sea lane, with which is part of our sovereign jurisdiction in the sea lane. So if every nation states try to own that this is my jurisdiction, this is the marine life within my jurisdiction, and I am in charge to protect that, preserve that, and showcase that, or research on that, what it would do is that it would dismiss any chance of collaborative management of ocean based resources. Because today we are talking about sustainable growth, we are talking about security and growth of all, and that, I think, marine life is an important component of that. Because these coral reefs, this marine life, the various shells that we find beneath the sea, in the seabed, the rare earth metals and minerals and materials, all these are important and going to be important for a sustainable future, a green and blue economy merged together. But if we try to think that this is my national resource, not natural resource, this is, I think, the disconnect counts. Because we are sailing through the oceans, we are going by the sea lanes of communication, but we are not going beneath the sea lane, what is underneath it, and how we could together we would have a, what I would say it as a shared knowledge, right? A shared knowledge about the potentialities of the marine life for our research, for our innovations, for our future sustainable lifestyles. That if we treat these resources as natural resource and not as national resource, it is mine. I think this understanding, it is not only applicable to the high seas, where the sea is for all beyond the national jurisdictions, but even within the national jurisdiction. Say, how do we cooperate on climate issues? Similarly, the similar mindset, similar approach must be adopted, while we must try to protect and preserve and showcase our marine life potentials. In international law, in international sea laws for international seas, there we always find and aligning or a mindset that you should try to treat this sea lens of communication as a jurisdiction area. And if you see this as an area of your jurisdiction, naturally protecting whatever is beneath the sea within your jurisdiction comes to your own jurisdiction. But what that problematize is that it comes something of a beneficial kind of, if we do a kind of say India and Sri Lanka do coming together to collaborate on deep sea resources, research and innovation on deep sea resources, then we will always be triggered by our own national interest, or at least with beneficial bilateralism, that what it will benefit us. But when we treat climate problems, when we treat environmental problems, we replace us with the overall. So I think the regional commons, the global commons should also include marine life, and the literature that I have reviewed, and also my previous speaker has highlighted, that we are all thinking about how deep we are going, how based our these technological innovations are becoming detrimental to marine life. But the literature is very scarce on how to enhance collaboration on research and innovation on marine life. See, if you go to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and if you go to say Fiji Island, both have, if collaborative research takes place, I am sure that we will come up with more knowledge about how to use these resources for maybe for better treatment. Maybe some new plants can be identified for medicine purpose and others. So I think we must have a national planning on how to visualize marine life, and also there must be a knowledge sharing with the idea of marine well-being. Well-being, this concept is being highlighted these days about sustainable growth, and also in SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal report, this well-being idea is also very much positioned. So how marine well-being can be ensured, this should be one of the key area of policy domain, from now on, because we are thinking why India is talking about Amritkal, why there is a maritime vision of Amritkal, because India is trying to posit itself as a global partner on all the aspects of development, trying to put India as a model country for all the aspects. And if India is to be seen as a leader of the global south, then the ocean-based resources of global south should also be collaboratively identified. Research and innovative areas should come up, and India should give a leadership in that. So, but and in that respect, Indian Navy plays a crucial agential role, because Indian Navy must be given a new wing where there has been specialization on marine life, research on marine life. Specialized officers must be deported. We just in the first session we saw a slide from the Tamil Nadu archaeological department that someone is going deep down to identify the connection between historical, to find historical evidence of how long this has a connection with our land. So similarly, if we have, because the Indian Navy officers and personnel, they are the person who are there to help us. It is not the scientist who is sitting at Delhi or Kolkata or Mumbai who would do some scientific work, but it is the Indian Navy personnel. So I must, through the August office of all the Navy important officers here, I pledge that there should be a wing of marine life protection, research and innovation within Indian Navy and Indian Coastal Guard Service also. So, this is the capacity. This we have so long been unexplored, the capacity of marine life. It could do wonders. We have this artificial coral reef that is being now created, artificial coral reef. So, but artificial, beyond artificial coral reef, I think research and innovation on natural coral reefs, natural marine life that is beneath the sea is much more important. And I would like to end up by arguing that in our history and ancient text, we have seen that if we keep exploring sea, Amrit can come out, right, in Mahabharata, I mean our epics. So even if from marine life, new vision, new life, and new medicine, new innovation, innovative technologies, or new substance can come up for research, and this huge stretch of Indian Ocean and Indo-Pacific Ocean, where India is now positioned to play a crucial role, that role should not be above the sea lane but also beneath the sea, by finding substance and potential in the marine life across this long stretch of sea lanes. Thank you very much.